Hello and welcome to the Bike India channel. Now what we have with us here today is the Scrambler 400X from Triumph. Let me take you a little bit through the details. Now as you remember, the first model to come out of the Bajaj-Triumph partnership was the Speed 400, and now a few months later we have the Scrambler 400X with us over here. So essentially this is a scaled down version of the Scrambler 900 and the Scrambler 1200, and it's really well replicated. So in terms of design, Triumph and Bajaj have done a really good job with this motorcycle. So in terms of design, taking you through some of the main changes. Now what we get here is a twin seat compared to the single seat on the Speed 400. What you get here is a large wide handlebar that can be also adjusted, and you get a grille on the headlight, and also apart from that, this is a more compact exhaust unit with a twin tip.
In terms of ergonomics, the foot pegs are not too far ahead or behind, giving them a neutral riding position. Although the saddle height stands at 835 mm, making it 40 mm taller than the Speed 400. For my 5.7 foot stature, this was a little too tall for my liking and will be a tad bit of an issue in stop-go traffic in the city and while taking U-turns. With a curb weight of 185 kg, the Scrambler 400X is around 9 kgs heavier than the Speed 400. But once the bike is on the go, the weight is hardly felt. The handlebar is wide and raised, which gives good leverage, and standing up on the pegs to tackle trails feels natural and comfortable. The bike gets the same digi-analog console. The speedometer is an analog unit that has a small LCD display attached to it. The unit is pretty straightforward and easy to read, and the bike also gets a USB Type-C charging port. A switch on the left can be used to toggle through the display and switch off the traction control or ABS at the rear end. The bike makes use of a double down-tube spine frame with a bolt-on rear subframe, and sitting within is a 398.15cc liquid-cooled motor. The motor is in the same state of tune, where it churns out 40 horsepower at 8000 rpm, has a peak torque of 37.5 Nm at 6500 rpm, and is paired with a 6-speed gearbox. The main change is a smaller 14-tooth front sprocket compared to the 15-tooth sprocket on the Speed 400. The rear remains the same with a 43-tooth sprocket. Just like the Speed 400, the throttle response is crisp, the clutch action is really light, and the gear shifts are slick. The bike does feel a little more punchy in the low range RPMs, and the surge in power comes in slightly earlier than the Speed 400. With one tooth less on the front sprocket, the Scrambler 400X surely feels like a more lively motorcycle. I was able to get to an indicated top speed of approximately 140 km/h in 5th gear before I ran out of space. The bike can cruise at speeds as low as 40 km/h in 6th gear and quickly gets up to speed once the throttle is opened. The nature of this motor allows it to be a mature motorcycle and also get naughty when you ask for it. Heading off-road, the grunt of the motor paired with the 195 mm ground clearance allows the bike to tackle unpredictable trails with ease. When it comes to the suspension setup, the front end gets 43 mm golden upside down forks and an offset monoshock unit at the rear. Both ends get 150 mm of travel, which has given the bike a fair amount of off-road capability. This setup works well to provide riders with a plush feel on and off the road, as it is able to take on anything in its way. Cornering also feels really natural, as the bike tips in easily and powers out in a stable manner. The 19-inch front and 17-inch rear alloy wheels are wrapped in dual-purpose MRF tires that do a really good job on the road and through light off-road trails where we got to experience the motorcycle. Compared to the Speed 400, this one gets a larger 320mm disc brake, while the rear is the same 230mm disc. The brakes work decently, but I would have liked a little more bite at the lever, as it did feel a bit spongy. Apart from the switchable traction control that we also saw in the Speed 400, this model gets switchable ABS, so the rear wheel can be locked, which is a nice addition for experienced riders. With the really well padded seat, it will be an effortless and exciting motorcycle to tour over long distances. Just like its sibling, this one is going to be a big hit in the market thanks to the refined and punchy motor, plush ride quality, do-it-all character, and competitive price of this platform from Bajaj-Triumph. While I love the classic looks of the Speed 400, this one seems to be the more practical option thanks to its dual-purpose capabilities. The only thing that would make this model more accessible to riders is a lower seat option for a trouble-free commute through traffic.
The Triumph Scrambler 400X has been priced at Rs 2,63,000 ex-showroom, making it around 30,000 rupees more expensive than the Speed 400. But you also get a lot more on offer. We hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe and follow the Bike India channel for more content like this.